you, there's never a good time in your life to start your own business. So you have to do it. And the Germans say, jump into the cold water.
Thank you, Fabian, for joining the call today and accepting my invite. So you, as a freelancer, I think you'll be able to share a lot of experiences that you had so far with our audience who is maybe looking for working as a freelancer in Germany. So maybe you can give a short introduction of yourself, including your educational background as well as the professional experience you had so far. And then we will proceed further with more questions. Over to you.
Sure. So first of all, thank you for the invite. My name is Fabian. I'm 31 years old, and I work as a software freelancer and as a freelancer in software development, and especially the front-end area. And I enjoy building products with JavaScript frameworks like Angular or React. And I studied interactive media and also business informatics in Augsburg at the university. And after the graduation, I started to work in the startup space scene, and I like it to work there because you can have a huge impact on the product. It's really cool to be with something from the beginning.
Yeah. So how many years of total experience do you have of working as a software developer?
So I started already as I was studying, like 10 years ago. I started to have some freelance on the side as a side job on the university. And I also worked as an employee for 4 years now. Before I decided to be a freelancer.
Cool. Okay, so the next obvious question is when and why did you decide to be a freelancer? What was the reason behind it?
So all my life, I wanted to build my own products and be independent. So I made this decision really early, maybe also as a child. I cannot remember it anymore. And the thing is, I have to tell you, there's never a good time in your life to start your own business. So you have to do it. And the Germans say, jump into the cold water. But of course, be prepared. But we will come to that later.
Okay, then can you tell me which all platforms do you use to find clients and projects? And do you work for customers across the globe or just in Germany?
So my favorite platform is LinkedIn. I think it's very good and suitable because you can find there good contacts and build a great network. And important to know is about LinkedIn that it's not about selling something. It's more about building and maintaining relationships with people. So I also met you there, which is great. And it helps you to build a great network. And of course, I also use my, let's say, personal network. And you should always build that all the time and help people and maintain relationships with them. And until now, I just work for clients in Germany, but I'm also open to work in Austria or Switzerland. Of course, it's always easy with the language if it's a German-speaking countries. Yes.
Yeah. So are you saying that you don't use those famous platforms like Upwork and Freelancer and all that? So you never use those, or how is it?
I think it's really important to build trust and a good connection to your clients. And sometimes it's not so easy with the platforms to do that soon or quick. and of course you can use them, but it can be a bit complicated. So I try a different approach, but I think it can be suitable for beginners. Yes, if you don't have a big portfolio, if you are at the beginning of your freelance career, it can help you.
Okay.
And yes, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So, tell us about your travel to India. So, I came to know that you have been to India once
Yes.
and you enjoyed your travel. So, tell us a bit about it and how was the overall experience?
So in 2017, I was invited to India to attend a traditional wedding, and it was a friend of my wife. They both were studying together at the university, so he invited us to come and join the wedding. And we did not just attend the wedding; we also made a round trip from Delhi to Agra to the Taj Mahal. Yeah, classic. We went
Yeah.
to Mumbai to Goa, and overall it was really amazing. The wedding itself took 3 days, and it was a totally new experience for us. It's completely different than that what we knew. And the people on our way were really very kind and friendly, and they showed us around. They showed us a lot of things. I mean, we were the wedding was in the south of India, but I cannot remember the city. Okay. And I enjoyed really the food. It was amazing. So it's not a secret. I like a vegetarian spicy,
Okay.
and in India you can have it everywhere, and so it was amazing. And my stomach also worked perfect, so no confusion.
Okay.
And yes, it was amazing to see India. It was a great experience with lovely people. So maybe one day we will come back. Yeah.
You're most welcome. And so, how many days you were there in India, and which all places have you seen? So, as you said, you saw Taj Mahal, and did you also visit some other famous place?
Taj Mahal, other famous.
It's fine if you
Yeah, we
don't remember.
visited.
I think it's been
Yes,
too long, right? So it was
yes,
2017. That's what you said?
yes, yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Okay.
2017. So for me, it's a bit complicated to remember all the
Yeah, the
places.
names are a
But
bit difficult to remember. Yes.
to me, very impressive was also Mumbai. It
Mm-hmm.
was
Okay.
a huge city, and also
Yeah.
very nice architecture.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was very overwhelming, a lot of impressions, but I can recommend India very much. It's a great country. It's a great
So,
continent.
did you ever experienced so many people before? So, have you seen so many people before in any other country?
No, no, never. So there's
Okay.
so much people on the streets, and
Yes.
yes, I was not used to that, so it can be a
Mm-hmm.
bit overwhelming on the beginning, but you get
Yeah.
used to it, and people are very friendly, and they also help you
Yes.
if you are lost.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, then my next question would be what is the process if someone wants to be a freelance developer in Germany and maybe he's currently in India and he wants to move to Germany as a freelance developer? So, can you recommend something for that person?
This is a very good question. I think in the beginning, it's good to know that Germany has a huge demand for educated software developers. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's really there's a huge demand, so it's good to know. And I think the easiest way to start is to work remotely for and seek German clients, maybe on Upwork or freelance.com. I think this can be a good entrance to start and work for German clients.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to continue, you need to open a business in Germany, and I think you need a residence permit in the European Union. But I'm not 100% expert with that. Maybe you are.
Okay.
And yeah, if you opened your business, you can you can start to acquire clients and work for German clients. Yes.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so even I'm not sure about this because I've never worked as a freelancer here in Germany. So as far as I know, there are some visa related requirements that you need to fulfill. And yeah, of course, you have to register yourself as a business or I don't know, one person company or something, and then you can get started with it. But I'm not also an expert, so whoever is watching this video, they have to do their own due research on that. Okay,
Yes.
so
As far as I know, you need the working permit. Yes.
yeah, of course. Okay, so which one do you prefer? So as a freelancer, do you prefer the freelancing work or do you prefer a regular job? Of course, you prefer the freelancer job, I know, but what is the difference between these two as per you? So since you have worked as a employee, as a regular employee, as well as a freelancer, so you must be knowing what is the exact difference and what benefits you are getting once you started your freelance career.
Yeah. So I think the benefit is that you can always pick projects where you can grow with your knowledge, and every customer is different, so you have so with every project your knowledge now grows, and this is really awesome. You can learn a lot. This is great. And even it can be tough sometimes because the customers, they have maybe a deadline and you have to work very, very fast, but it's really good for your knowledge if you see how things are done in different places. So it can be really, really good for your ability to acquire knowledge, to work in a fast environment. I think it's really a good experience. And I took also freelancing because besides the working with the clients, you also have the opportunity to build maybe your own products. You can say maybe that you work 4 days a week and take 1 day just to work on your own stuff. Maybe I have something in my pipeline, but it's still secret. But the downside of it is freelancing requires a large amount of discipline and also self-management. So there's no boss telling you to show up in the morning. You have to be your own boss, and this can also be challenging sometimes because no one tells you what to do. So you have to also think how you structure your day and how to do proper self-management. And this is really important. And you have to think about if you want to do that. So if you are a person who is really self-motivated and has a good discipline, then you are able to do this. Otherwise, maybe it's better for you to stay as in a normal job. Yeah, so
Okay.
you have to be willing to do that.
Okay. So on this part, I would also like to know if there is any difference in terms of the money that you earn. So as a normal employee working under an employer, so the regular salary that you get as a developer versus the money that you earn as a freelancer. So do you see a huge difference or it's comparatively the same?
It depends on your industry you work, and also it's a bit, I would say, a bit higher than as an employee overall, but it depends on your negotiation skills. And the downside is that you can be there's no such thing as security. So you have to keep in mind that when the project is ended, so then I have to search for a new one. Yeah, so it's much more challenging in this way. But on the other hand, of course, if you have good negotiation skills, if you work in the right industry, you can earn a bit more. Yes, so it's possible, but it's challenging.
Yeah, of course. Okay, then this is my last question. So, do
Okay.
you have any tips for someone who is planning to work as a freelance developer in Germany? And do they need to have good grasp of the German language in order to work as a freelancer here?
Hmm. So first of all, I can tell you, seek out for someone who is a mentor or a trainer for you, and maybe an experienced freelancer who can help you on your way, because it can be very, very rough at the beginning, because you have to acquire new skills like sales or negotiation, and you have to learn how to distribute your own labor and do marketing. And this is sometimes not easy for developers who are mostly more introverted. And the next thing would be build up a good portfolio, professional portfolio. Then you can show your customers what you did, like your projects and your skill set. Of course, also dress properly, make some nice photos, advertise yourself. And if you are an Indian developer, it's also important to learn about the cultural differences between, let's say, the Western European and the Indian culture. So this can be an obstacle sometimes. For example, the nuances of body language. So you just have to know the differences, then it will work out. And you also asked me about the language, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay. I think it's important to learn German language, but you can also find um, startups or industries where you find English-speaking companies. It's also possible, but it's more the Berlin startup scene. There you can maybe find a lot of companies where people just work in English, because there are a lot of foreigners from all over the world. But
Yeah.
it's not that usual. So you should learn German. It's really important.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's what you should do, and then you can
Okay.
be successful.
Yeah. And as you said, someone who is new to this industry, they should seek expert advice. So, are you open to provide
Mhm.
expert advice to people who are seeking help from you?
Unfortunately, I have to tell you that I don't have the time right now. But what you can do is, of course, follow me on LinkedIn,
Mhm.
and I like to write a bit about my experience, and you can read my articles. I write articles or posts with technical content, but also some advices for new freelancers. So
Okay,
I'm always
that's
willing
great.
to share the story publicly on LinkedIn, and yeah, just follow me, and that's it. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Yeah, I'll share the link to your LinkedIn profile on this video so that anyone who
Sure.
wish to follow your content, they can follow it. Then I think that's all, Fabian, and thanks for this nice interview and have a great weekend. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I wish you a great time.
Bye.
Bye bye.